What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. So, imagine the following situation, right? So the Xbox Scorpio has been out for a few years, and while PlayStation has waited with bringing out a new console or something like that, 3 years down the line, they come out and they're like, hey, everybody wait, hold up, we're about to announce the best thing ever, introducing the PlayStation 5. The good news is, it's coming out at $299, and not just that, at the end of this year, The Last of Us 3 is coming out, and God of War 5 will be a launch game. Everybody is going apeshit, everybody is like, holy shit, this PlayStation 5 is gonna be the best thing ever. And then Sony is like, but wait, we have a lot more. You know, we're actually bringing back PlayStation Plus, which will cost $50 more than you're used to. And not just that, we've swapped the games you're normally getting to PS1 classics. Now you're gonna get every single month a new PlayStation 1 classic coming out that you will be able to play for those 30 days of the month. And not just that, the controller we're coming out with is gonna be a small gimmicky plastic controller, and you can buy a new Pro controller for $70. We're also dropping third-party support. You know, apart from a few games like FIFA and Rayman, you're still not gonna be able to get any more games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, GTA, Red Dead Redemption. They're not coming out because who really needs those games when you can have our great exclusives, you know, the two that we're bringing out every year. And while Xbox Scorpio is doing this whole 4K thing over there, whatever, we're simply gonna stick to 1080p. We're coming out with a less powerful console for a, you know, bigger and better price out there, because yeah, you want to play our exclusives, and that's pretty much all that it's about. Our console is way less powerful, but that doesn't matter. That just, in the end, nobody cares about that. We have The Last of Us 3 at the end of the year, and we have God of War 5 as a launch game. Now, this is pretty much the situation that Nintendo is in at the moment, and I just can't believe it, because there is actually some big Nintendo fans out there defending this whole thing, and I just don't see how you possibly could. And I've actually pre-ordered a Nintendo Switch today, because I was able to finally, because for me, you know, $300 is not a big deal to me. I still want to play Zelda, obviously. That's looking amazing. That trailer looked awesome. The Mario game they announced, I think it was called Odyssey. Yeah, Super Mario Odyssey or something like that. Looked awesome. That's right now my most anticipated Switch game myself. Can't wait to play that in the fall. But yeah, it's still gonna be a, you know, quite a wait. But that's what I mean. You're gonna be paying $300. You're gonna need to pay $80 for the Pro controller. You're gonna be spending money on 2 games that you can play for a full year, and that's it. There's nothing in between there. Nintendo is coming out with this, like I said, plastic gimmicky controller, and they're not willing to give you a real Pro controller at launch unless you buy one for $70. They have the balls to really like ask a lot of money for that too. If you want to buy those other Joy-Cons, what they call it, you have to literally spend another $100 for that or something like that. Yeah, I think 80 for both of them, but 100 if you buy them separately even. Still no third-party support announced. Like, yeah, EA came up and showed you FIFA, and yes, Skyrim, a 6-year-old game, is coming, but where are the big games that are about to come out, that people play on these consoles, like Red Dead Redemption 2 that's coming out later this year? I mean, the fact Nintendo Switch can't have those games is such a deal breaker, and while those exclusives are great, like I said, they're just all the other shit they're giving you is not enough. And I can't believe how Nintendo fans are looking at this and not being like, man, Nintendo could do so much better. They have all these games that we care about. They have the games for the hardcore gamers, but everything else they do is pretty much fail after fail, and the reason why this console is gonna flop just as hard as the Wii U. I am now, after seeing this press conference, 100% sure about that. This console is going to flop just as badly as the Wii U. Like I said, you know, the fact that they are now making the Nintendo Network, or whatever they call it, pay to play. We don't know the price yet or something, but at least you'll have to pay. And it looks like you're literally getting, yeah, you're getting a NES or a SNES game every month that you can play for that duration of the month, and afterwards it's going to be gone again. That's what it's looking like right now. The console is less powerful. This is a console that is going to cost $150 more than an Xbox One S, than a PlayStation 4 Slim bundle with a game included. Meanwhile, those consoles are more powerful and have this massive library of games that you can play as well. I can't believe that Nintendo is doing this. I can't believe that they're not just like, let's make a hardcore console for the hardcore gamers out there. Let's focus on those games that we're bringing out because people love them. Mario, Zelda, not just that. We have Metroid, we have Splatoon, which they're also coming out with. Super Smash, Mario Kart. so many games that people like, that they could actually come out with versions with that people want to play, that because the console is powerful, are gonna look absolutely incredible, that are gonna be stunning, that like Zelda, you're not going to be like, well, I mean, it looks like an awesome game, but it surely graphically doesn't look as good as any of the games I can play right now on my PS4 Pro or something like that, let alone the Xbox Scorpio at the end of the year. The fact that they still don't have third-party support, that there's no reason for anybody to be like, you know what, the Nintendo Switch, that's my main platform, that's all I play on right now. Like for me, the PlayStation 4 is that, you know what I mean? It's because all the games that I want to play are coming out on it. That's simply not the case. You're literally getting 10% of the total amount of games you want to play on the Switch, and the other 90% you're not even getting. You're gonna have to get them somewhere else, basically meaning that this Nintendo Switch is for everyone almost a secondary game console next to another one they already own. You know, this has made me so convinced, like I said, that this console is going to flop. I am sure Nintendo is going to go third party. This can't last that much longer. The Wii, despite people thinking it was a massive success, it sold 100 million, don't get me wrong, it was, in terms of console sales, but people barely bought games for that because it had such a casual market that only bought 1 or 2 games for that system. They didn't make as much profit as people thought they were going to make with the Wii because, you know, they barely made anything in terms of the console sales, because consoles you're usually either losing money on or at least, you know, breaking pretty even. It's the games where you're making the money, and like I said, the attach rate on the original Wii was 1 or 2 games per, you know, person who bought a Wii, which means they really haven't made that much money with it. The Wii U was a massive flop, and the Nintendo Switch now is looking to be the absolute same thing again. So, I don't know, man. I really feel like Nintendo is going to become a third-party publisher, you know, in the future. Whether it's in 5 years or in 10 years, I think it's almost inevitable. It seems like they're simply stuck in the past. They don't know what to do. They don't know what actual gamers want. And while that, you know, that big hardcore Nintendo audience is still out there being like, man, I love this company for the games that they make, they're delivering on that in some way, like you're getting 2 or 3 quality exclusives every year. Apart from that, it's going to be a dry season again, there's nothing to play, and the Nintendo Switch just has no reason for you to own one, you know, apart from some really small ones, whereas you look at a PS4 and an Xbox One or a gaming PC, and you get so much more value out of the money you pay for it, you know what I mean? So, with that being said, yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch in the comments. What did you think about the press conference? What did you think about this style of video, because I'm actually doing it full face cam this time around for once. So let me know that, and then for now, thanks a lot for watching, and hope to see you again next time.